Do you want to learn how guesting on podcasts can not only improve your organic SEO and Google rankings, but also build up your industry reputation? Then stay tuned. Hey, I'm Sam Dunning, co-owner over at webchoiceuk.com and host of the Top 100 Marketing Podcast, Business Growth Show. If you haven't done yet, check out our weekly email where we share actionable marketing tips, useful podcasts, free guides, bonus resources, and much, much more each and every Monday to start your week off with a bang. Sign up over at businessgrowth.email. So today's episode is all about how you can guest on industry-specific podcasts to improve your brand reputation, improve your thought leadership, and also improve your SEO, your Google organic rankings. And this can work across nearly any industry, as what you'll find is there's podcasts on many, many topics, which we're about to dive into, where you can be a guest, you can share your industry expertise, share useful tips, and over time, become a thought leader in your sector, help improve your Google rankings, and get more inbound leads and sales your way. All right, so let's jump straight into the strategy. So first off, you want to head on to a website called chartable.com, which is an awesome site, actually. It's going to list you the top charts for podcasts across all different industries and locations. It's great if you run a podcast too, because you can create an account, understand your stats, where you stand in the charts, your downloads, your reviews, and all that good stuff. I actually use it for Business Growth Show all the time. Anyway, let's jump straight in. You want to go to the menu navigation. You want to hit on the charts link. I usually click Apple Podcast charts link from that because Apple tends to be the majority shareholder of most podcasts. And then you can choose a country. Country-wise, I'm choosing Great Britain, but I could choose US or anywhere else. There's podcast listeners to most shows all over. So choose your country and you can run through a few countries if you serve different audiences, locations. Go to the left tab under podcasts. So let's say I'm doing it for my business, Web Choice. So I'm probably going to choose the marketing tab. So I choose marketing, and then that's going to list me the top 100, perhaps more, podcasts under marketing. So straight away, there's a few that I recognize. We've got Neil Patel's, we've got Amy Porterfield's, and a bunch of other. Anyway, so let's look at these charts. For example, I'm going to click on Making Money Online, which with Lisa Johnson, which is ranking 1 right now, number 1 in marketing podcast for Apple for the UK. On the right-hand side, under links, you can see her website address. So I'll click that. And then we want to look out for a way to reach her. So I'm going to click her media link on her menu nav. And if I scroll right down on her site, there's an option to get in touch. So in this case, I'm going to send her a quick email pitch to see if I can go on a show. And that might look something like this. So a simple subject line, it could be podcast, or it could be maybe something, go for something a bit different, unusual digital marketing podcast idea as the subject line, just as a bit more of a hook. And then we'll address it, hey, Lisa's team, as what you'll find is the bigger organizations might have a team, as they've addressed it to Mary, which I guess is on her team. But some podcasts you might be able to email directly to the owner of the show, depending on the size of their organization. You might have a direct email on their website or a contact form. So what you want to do is try and be crispy here, try and personalize it a bit. So maybe listen to her latest podcast and give a quick tip or quick insight that you enjoyed on it. So it's a bit more personal. Loved episode, let's say X, maybe it was 200. Where you shared why. So showing that we've taken the time to listen to a quick episode, which only take a few minutes. Words. Be delighted to jump on your show to share a different approach to converting leads with your website, or to dark arts of SEO. Opposed to a convo? Question mark. So I've put, hey Lisa's team, loved episode X where you shared why. We'll be delighted to jump on your show to share a different approach to converting leads with your website or to simplify the dark arts of SEO. Open to a convo. So it's a very brief, snappy email, basically saying the first line, loved episode X where you shared why, sharing a quick insight, that I've taken the time to look at that show, shared a quick couple ideas on topics, and then I haven't gone for a meeting straight away. I've just said, are you against discussing further? So relatively open call to action. Or an alternative way that you can use to contact show hosts is to go to their social profiles. So for example, we've got Neil Patel, that's number 6 in the podcast charts UK for marketing. So we can go to his LinkedIn. I know Neil's on LinkedIn. So if I type in Neil Patel in the search bar on LinkedIn, click on that, go to his profile. And then if I go to connect again, add a personalized note, you're limited to the amount of characters when you send a personalized request on LinkedIn. So I'll just put something short and snappy. Hey Neil, of the insights you share on digital marketing. Would love to come on the podcast and share unusual ways to convert more leads with your website or simplifying the dark arts of SEO. Opposed to learning more? Question mark. So a short, snappy message. Depending on what you do, you can just give a quick insight on what you like about the show, a couple ideas of what you could bring to the table, and then a simple call to action. Are you opposed to learning more? Or are you open to learning more? So we've sent that off. So that's 2 ways that you can reach out to podcast hosts rather. And then what you can do is slowly work your way through the charts. So if you just do maybe 5 outreaches, 10 outreaches a day, it's only going to take you a few minutes going onto their website, grabbing that email, sending them a short, snappy email, manage it on a spreadsheet. So then you can see your progress. You can follow up with them in a few days if you don't get a reply. Likewise on LinkedIn. It's also a good way to connect with them as well. And then you'll start getting accepted. So you'll start getting onto shows. Then you can record the juicy episode, share your insights. And once you've done that, that is when you can, of course, get in front of their audience. So you're getting in front of people that are actively interested in my case, marketing. So I can share that audience. I can build thought leadership, reputation in my industry, the more and more shows that I go on. And bearing in mind, a lot of posts will share them on social media, on email lists to build up that following, get a lot of exposure your way. And over time, you will get inbound inquiries. But onto the SEO point, when you've recorded your episode with their host, if you ask them, if you've got a target keyword that you're looking to rank on Google, for example, web choice, one of ours might be web development company. We ask the hosts when we go on shows to do a backlink to our site. So here's a quick example. I was recently on Landbot's Ungated Marketing podcast, and they gave me a backlink. They actually backlinked to my LinkedIn, and they backlinked our company, Web Choice. So there's 2 in 1, 2 hits in 1. I've built up the thought leadership by being on a marketing podcast, and I've also got a link back to my website, which helps my organic SEO to improve our positioning on Google. And there you have it. I hope this episode on how to benefit from guesting on podcasts has been of use. As always, if you enjoyed the show, a quick rating on your podcast channel is much appreciated. Or if you're on YouTube, a quick subscribe I'd be very, very thankful for. And with that, I should catch you on the next one. Cheers.